Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today. The growing side of how you're doing it is interesting. No greenhouse, so under shade structures. So it's just, you have shade cover to obviously cut the heat. Maybe you get a little bit of temperature retention from that in the cooler times. Is this just trays on wire tables or some sort of racking to allow it to drain? Is that as simple as it is?
We call them towers.
Yeah, we call them towers, and really all it is sort of your typical cinder block with 2x4s. And we've created, there's typically 2 levels. So we can fit, I think, about 40 trays on a 16-foot long tower. It's the easiest, cheapest option, and we can pick them up and move them around if we need to. And
then we grow under 75% shade, and our microgreens truly have the most beautiful spot on our whole properties. There's a breeze that goes through there, and it's just, I think they're just happy. They can hear birds singing. It's a really nice place.
Any issues with mice getting into them, seeds and stuff like that?
We don't have issues with mice. The only varieties we have issues with are the sunflower and the peas. And we actually have a greenhouse, a small modified greenhouse structure closer to our house. And that's where we grow the sunflower and the peas, just because it's a little more protected and it's closer to the house. So there's not as much pest pressure. So
there's a lot of wildlife out there, but a lot.
Exactly.
We've got raccoons, possums, squirrels, rats, mice, we've had them all. But obviously, anytime we see signs of them, then we change. But yeah, when we move, really things don't care too much about radish and kale too much,
or fenugreek,
or even the fenugreek down there, but up near our house, because they would love to have a salad bar of their own of sunflower and pea for sure.
It's a really simple, low-tech solution to get to grow. Home Depot type sourced materials. Shade cloth is ubiquitous. I think so many people think they need all this equipment to start, and here's just another example of, in the right climate, given your climate, you can make some very basic materials work.
Yeah.
What happens in the winter when it is that cold? Is it just acceptance and the cycles are a little bit slower?
Yeah, all we really do in the wintertime is we just increase the number of plantings per week or the number of trays per week. So we know that radish right now is our fastest growing crop, so it'll probably take maybe 10 days to full maturity. But we know that in the winter months like December, January, February, it's going to take longer, like 20 days to full maturity. So if we increase the number of trays we're planting per week, it's just going to take longer for that harvest to grow. So we'll probably plant 3 times a week in the wintertime to compensate for that slower growth.
And then on that tower structure he was talking about, there are posts on either side, and then we have a rope running across. And when it is raining or maybe there's going to be a frost, we'll put some plastic over the top for rain, or we'll put a frost cloth over for frost. We do have a couple days of frost here. We've had a lot of learning lessons over these years.
I bet. What do you do after seeding? You stack. Is that in outdoor temperatures too, or is that in some sort of more climate controlled room? And then
all outside, but we throw a tarp over them. Actually, a pond liner is what we are using, especially when it's colder. So it's pretty thick and dark. So we throw that over. And then in summer months, we can put a lighter piece of plastic, but just covered a little bit helps with the germination.
Yeah, just stacks, and each variety has their own specific weight requirements. Like radish can be stacked 10 tall, and
Again,
kale,
a super producer.
and kale likes to be stacked 2 tall. So we plant the seeds, water it, stack them, and then depending on the time of year, we'll be unstacking in 3 days for the most part, 3 to 5 days, really.
Okay, yeah, really easy. So if I offered you some free fancy greenhouse, there's really not much of an advantage to taking it in your system, is there?
I think specifically for the varieties that require milder temperatures or more consistent temperatures, like arugula, for example, it produces a mucus layer on the outside of the seed when it gets wet. The same with basil. And I think that we've had trouble growing those varieties outdoor just because of the challenges with mold or challenges with too much heat. So I think, yeah, we would love a greenhouse, but is it really required to grow the varieties we have right now? Not necessarily.
We like to kill ourselves and we love natural as can be. I think there's a lot to be said about just not that there's anything that natural about microgreens because it's so many seeds on one tray, but if you get past that, just the natural sunlight, natural, what is just out here. We both like that.
Hello, growers. Looking for a simple way to supercharge your diet with powerful nutrients? Meet broccoli microgreens. These tiny sprouts pack 10 to 100 times more nutrition than mature broccoli, making them a true superfood. With their mild flavor, broccoli microgreens can be added to any meal or smoothie, giving you a tasty health boost. They're easy to grow, ready in just 7 to 9 days, and thrive in various environments. Rich in sulforaphane, calcium, vitamin C, vitamin A, iron. They protect your cells and fight inflammation. Perfect for boosting your health goals or as a market crop. Start growing them today and experience the benefits. Get 100% organic, pathogen-tested and pathogen-free broccoli microgreen seeds at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.